I'm sorry, sweetie. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hey, cup of coffee. Dan's running the show.
Yeah, well, I try. And here's Rich, and behold, the next to the last minute man, John Scarborough,
I'm here. Okay.
sliding into home base, leaving a beautiful corpse.
I was worried about John because John left before I did, and I had enough time to get home and make a cup of coffee.
I was putting away Christmas goodies and lost track of time. That's my only excuse.
Well, hey, Donna Carly. Hi, Carl. Who else we got?
Don't know unless it's us. People that aren't speaking up. Let me turn my volume up just a hair because I can just barely hear Joe Dog, which is, unusual.
Can you hear me now?
You don't have to shout.
Good.
Unruly children, I swear.
Now you know why I don't wear it.
Hey, their bone conduction, considering my head is mostly bone, it ought to conduct really well.
So for those of you who don't know, Joe and me and a few of the others went to the HallowCon Christmas dinner that we had a little Christmas party together. Chris was there and a few of the other reprobates that we normally hang out with. And
all the usual suspects.
all the usual stuff. Kaiser Sosa included. Had a pretty good time.
I'm glad.
Sit and talk and BS and talk about stuff. Of course, John was telling a good Army story that I loved about the flare that he said didn't like.
Yes, it does. You have to have night vision goggles to see the damn thing.
Hello, Sarah Heiser.
I've got to talk to my nephew about that. See if he can tell me or send me some data on how that flare works.
Uh-oh.
She made enough noise this time.
Hello, Donna.
Howdy.
What is that? I don't want that. Yeah.
What is it?
Banana flavored almond milk. I hate almonds.
You have taste the almond.
How the hell do you milk an almond?
I'm sure Dwayne is going to be very disappointed.
What is going on?
I didn't know almonds had udders.
Very careful.
Utterly depreciating here.
There's a magician
I suppose it's utterly possible, but
that does weird little skits and stuff like that. The Carbonaro Effect is his TV show.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was in a grocery store milking an almond once, freaking people out.
Got to use a little bitty bucket.
oh, what was the? I'm trying to remember the one guy that said, why is milk so expensive? Says I'd understand if it was tiger milk. I mean, if you got to pay a guy to milk a tiger, yeah, you're going to pay top dollar for that. But
Yeah, hazard pay. You better do it right or the tiger will get annoyed.
Yeah.
And you better not
Have you
have cold
seen
hands.
the Carbonaro Effect where they captured an alien?
Probably they've done some really weird, outlandish ones on there.
It was a crab. Looked like a crab, but not really any crab you've ever seen before. And he throws this bowl over top of it, and he's holding it. And he tells the lady, "Whatever you do, don't move your hand. Don't let it out." No, there's two of them. I remember there's two of them. And he goes, "Okay, let's ease over and slide them into a box." And when they got to the certain point, he's like, and takes the bowl off, and there's two black kittens under the bowl. And he goes, "They're shapeshifters."
I do recall that one now,
And the woman
just barely.
the woman was scared to death of the cats.
I do remember that. I remember seeing that. I bet I can find that on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, yeah. Oh, but Dan, I don't know if you noticed, I was showing you this cup of coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and then this cup of coffee. The StreamYard cup is this is a 10-ounce cup of coffee. Holds 10 ounces of coffee. That holds 12.
So, a small.
So I've got 2 extra ounces of caffeine in me now.
Okay.
And I bought a new coffee at Walmart today.
Uh-huh.
It's Black Rifle coffee. They call this one Freedom Juice.
Let's hope it works.
I think it's working.
Okay. Feeling energetic now, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, I better shut up. Lindsay just went to bed, so I don't want to get the dog stirred up. No. She's, like I said, she's got church in the morning, so I got to be respectful and let her have her sleep. even though there are two closed doors between us, I can still get a little bit rambunctious, especially when I do one or another of the stupid voices that I do.
Hmm.
Oh, and Rich, I wrote the back cover copy for that printout today. Um, Gave me a couple of little scares there when things wouldn't line up the way I wanted it to. I couldn't get the tab to go over, so I'd left room on the side for UPC and um, the potential barcode and stuff like that. But I managed to get it all done, and even put a photograph of my silly face on it too, by the little bio blurb. Um, I don't know how to write bio blurbs for myself anymore. It's like, um, it's him, to run for the hills. What else can I say?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to when it comes time to do that for the anthology.
Mm,
Um,
get your wife to write it. That way she can do it authentically in third person. Uh, Amazing, astounding, just absolutely breathtaking. Richie
there's
knows
more
all
fiction in
three.
this bio than in the rest of the book together.
Richie knows all three of these words and he can spell them correctly.
I'm dyslexic, so the spelling is going to be dicey.
Oh, that's what spell check is for. I'm dyslexic too. That's why I do math for fun.
That reminds me of the video that I just saw earlier today. One of those little shorts. Guy walks in, he goes, "Honey, I've got a prescription for daily sex." She goes, "Let me see that." She goes, "That's dyslexia, stupid."
I like it. His way better.
Oh.
Oh, oh,
And
ah.
John, I've decided how I'm going to decorate my house next year. I'm going to get me a Grinch costume and a mannequin and stand him out on the corner of the house down here, and then get the lights, the string of lights that run around the gutter, just hang them down and have put them in his hand and have a light shining on the Grinch.
So it looks like he's pulling the lights off of the house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That'll work.
You like that idea, huh?
I've seen it done effectively. Um, Got to be paying real close attention to the movie for the joke to work, but I'm sure it's been out long enough for a lot of people to
Yeah.
see it. So.
Either that, or I'm gonna do the one where the guy made the mannequin whose legs kick and hanging off the gutter.
And a little ladder about three-quarters of the way falling down.
No, the ladder completely laying on the ground.
Oh, okay. I always thought it would look really good if it was a two-story house and the ladder was caught in mid-fall by the air conditioner sticking out of one of the first floor windows. So close, but yet so far.
Well, along this side here, that's the side of the house where my driveway is. And now I've got a wall. I mean, when I go down, it's like I'm going down a canyon down my driveway between house and the wall. Well, it's only 9 feet between the house and the wall. First year I was putting Christmas lights up, I went to make that step up on the roof. The ladder shifted and clicked and fell and landed this way between the house and the wall, about 4 feet off the ground. I'm hanging on the gutter, and I'm looking like, oh hell, because I'm hanging like that over the ladder. My legs ain't 4 feet long.
That's a good cue. It's now time to develop some gymnastic skills.
Yeah. But, it's only 8 feet off the ground over there on that side where I was. So, it wasn't far of a drop, but it was one of those where I had to do the swingy
hmm
and get past the ladder.
Yep, had to move just a little bit to one side of where the top rung of the ladder was currently positioned. Yes, I understand. Otherwise, you wind up looking like a cowboy that lost his horse.
Yeah. It was, trust me, that did cross my mind. I'm going, boys, we're in for a ride.
Glad I've already had all the kids I want to have. Oh, Lord.
Of course, Carl's talking about my decoration idea. He says it's a good way not to decorate with the Grinch. You don't have to put one light on the house.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of these little laser projectors people put in front of their house that puts the little laser light show, the Christmas light show on the front of the house. Because it's one box, one extension cord. When Christmas is over, you just have to pick that up and roll the extension cord up and save it for next year. I mean, it's like
We had one of the ones that did the different lights coming down, and then another one that shown like little pictures that rotated. But still, it's two spikes in the front lawn pointing at the building, and just okay, everything's good. All right, have it all plugged into one of those boxes that everything sets off at sundown, and then is time for 3 hours, 4 hours till sunrise, whatever.
Yep. I saw one that was really nicely done once. Evidently, they had a 300-watt amplifier pointed out one window, and were playing Trans-Siberian Orchestra the entire night, and the light show was geared to follow the music. So that was cool. Struck me as back at the time it was done, somebody had to figure out the timing for switching things around to blend with the music, or figure out a way to have the music trigger it. Back then it would have been complicated. Nowadays it's probably really easy.
Oh.
Oh, Carl, down here you just put icicles across the front of the house, a little electric light icicle. You leave them up all year long. Nobody cares. 4th of July, you've got your
we don't
Christmas
actually
lights
take down
going
Christmas
on.
We don't actually take down Christmas decorations. We just add a new string every year,
Uh-huh.
and eventually you've got the brightest lit house on the block. So.
There's a couple of places around here, I swear.
Well, after the house that's been there longer than yours burns up from the old lights going short circuit, setting the house on fire, then you're the brightest house on the block.
There are a few people that seem to have some sort of individual competition going on. I mean, I've seen airports with fewer lights than these folks have. Big airports. And it's all concentrated in like acre and a half front lawn. And I'm sure the people in the International Space Station are going, can you turn that down, please? We're trying to see what the traffic is on 285.
I got to show you the cutest picture in the world.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
My granddaughter's seeing her first horse, and the horse is just like, "Oh, hello there."
And it's a Clydesdale.
No, it's not Clydesdale.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
Just a
it's a
fuzzy-
draft horse, but it's
Just a fuzzy horse.
yeah.
Okay.
It-
Okay.
they-
I was
they
going.
get
I
fuzzy
was
in
going by the. I was going by the ankle socks there.
Yeah, that's the carriages that ride around downtown.
We still have those? I thought they
Yep.
already shut down.
Independently owned and operated. Try and shut us down. Okay. Here's an
No,
extra tax.
They used to run them out of the old Carta. Strangely enough, it was the trolley barns. Then they went to electric trolleys. Then they went to buses. And strangely enough, they converted one of them back into a horse barn for those carriages and stuff. So they've gone full circle.
Well, what happened here? One of the reasons they quit for a while is the choo-choo kicked them out.
That seems to happen a lot. I remember a whole bunch of people that Choo-Choo kicked out, including some of my favorite shops.
Rich, the Chattanooga Choo Choo used to be the great place for a nice, not small convention, but a 1,000 to 1,500 people convention. All of a sudden, they decided, you know what?
We're not doing conventions anymore.
We're not going to be a hotel anymore. And kicked everybody out. And they had the function space and everything.
And now they're pulling most of the trains out.
Yeah. They're now pulling the train cars out that were converted to hotel rooms.
I predict bankruptcy in their future.
No, because they now rent those apartments.
They built all those apartment buildings. And the thing is, because they have the high-speed internet going to the apartment buildings, they're selling it to all these techno geeks that are remote working out of Atlanta.
And have no sense of history or.
No.
Mm,
And they're right there at the entertainment center. The Choo Choo has become the entertainment center.
Yes. Guitars this and music that and comedy that.
yeah, well,
If
without
you can
the
afford it.
without the convention space and the hotel rooms, it's still a dump. It wasn't a dump when we were there for conventions, but it became one right afterwards.
Oh no, it's bougie now.
There, I think we have the nub of the problem.
It is very bougie. 1-bedroom hotel room converted to an apartment is now $1,200 a month.
I
Wait,
cannot begin to express how stupid that is.
That's more
Because
than
I've
my
been in those
3-bedroom
one-bedroom.
apartment.
But it's
With
still
my
cheaper
water.
than Atlanta.
I've been in one of those one-bedroom hotel rooms, and believe me, at $50 a night, they're still overcharging.
Well, they went in and remodeled. They've got a little kitchenette in it now.
Fire hazard.
Not really. It's a concrete building.
And the big parking lot area, Dan,
Mm-hmm.
is now, I think, 6 5-story apartment complexes. Yeah, three bedroom is pushing 25
A month.
a month
Uh-huh.
with a 2-year lease.
I find it hard to comprehend there are that many people with that.
Kind of money.
Yeah.
But like John said, it's remote workers out of Atlanta.
It'd have to be remote. It'd be a 90-minute drive if you had to go to the office. And that's if you don't pay any attention to the speed limit.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
I mean, the workers in Atlanta are moving up here that, the office workers that just go all day long. I don't know what I pushed just then, but evidently it was the magic button.
uh-huh.
Where'd Joe go?
He's here. He can tell.
Exactly, Carl. Exactly. You can buy a house cheaper.
I
But the damn
have.
houses are getting stupid around here.
Mm-hmm. Um, I paid 1 year's pay, 1 year's salary for a brick house, um, 40 by 23, with an acre and a quarter of land, and had it paid off in less than 15 years. That mortgage is in there. Now all I have to do is worry about my
Paying
my
the taxes.
property. Oh,
Paying taxes.
the property tax went up from $300 a year to now it's getting close to 2,500 a year, and all I did was mow the yard and kill some kudzu. I'm going, hey, I'll get me some chicken wire and make a dome over the whole thing. Let the kudzu come back. You won't be able to tell it's anything but a big hill of kudzu. Survey that with your damn helicopter, why don't you?
Yeah. Well, I've had offers on. I paid 52 for this house. I've had offers of 125, and I've run them off my property.
Yep. My house is now appraised for um 3 times what I paid for it and 6 times what it's actually worth. um, I dread the day when we're having to fend off the sharks when it's just me and my brother and my sister having to figure out what we're going to do with the family farm. Because I could see becoming a multi-billionaire off of, 1 acre McMansions.
Well, that's why up here there's a guy named Thunder Thornton.
Mm-hmm.
Thunder because that's how he handles real estate. Makes a lot of damn noise when he does it. There is 800 acres down below my house that he wants to put in houses. He's wanting to put in $1,000 million homes.
Hmm.
TVA's going because it's right on the river. TVA's going, no, you can't do that here, because he wants to build a little marina off part of the property. TVA's going, no, you're not going to have your marina. We're not going to allow it. City of Chattanooga's talking to TVA, going, hey guys,
Money, 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 money. Yeah.
what's a million times 1,000?
A little
1
bit.
billion.
Yeah, city's looking at $1 billion of property taxes.
Oh, that's just the first year. It'll go up by 30% every year, forever.
That's why everybody's trying to buy all this property on this hillside.
Yeah, I feel sorry for anybody trying to buy the family farm and turn it into a housing development. I'm going to have to introduce them to Mr. 16 gauge Winchester and probably Mr. Smith and Mr. Wesson at the same time.
Does your property butt up against it, or
My individual property is 3 miles away from the family farm.
well, you need to be on the family farm, on the property.
That is, I am due to inherit 1/3 of the 68 acres, as is my brother and my sister. My brother already has part of it where his house was built on the far end from where mom and dad had their house built in the 70s. I'm going, okay, give me the 12-acre plot mom and dad built the house on. You and Sharon decide what you want to do with the old farm. If you don't mind, I'd like to buy this little piece from the guy that owns the drugstore that separates the two patches. That's another 10 acres. And just have a driveway where I can go for Christmas and Thanksgiving and visit my brothers and his wife. We usually have our Christmas due to the family there. But don't know that that's ever going to happen because the local pharmacist is one of the mega rich around here. I don't know why he's got this and hasn't done anything with it in 30 years. I guess he's just waiting for the price to go up to some magic number.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Sarah's going, corporations are buying farmland around here. They're doing that down around us too. And those corporations are basically real estate developments.
I would be tempted if I were to be able to get that little patch and make it one contiguous piece. I would be tempted to turn that entire 10 acres into chicken houses. Just for the smell value alone. Let anybody try and make a Cracker Box Palace development next to that. I dare you.
Trust me, they do, and they it's called Ripe on YouTube, the Ripe channel. This guy reads. Rich knows who I'm talking about, don't you?
German fellow lives in Thailand, reads a bunch of HOA stories, no mother-in-law stories, stuff like that. Yes, ripe is fun.
Yeah, the HOAs. You know what happens is HOAs buy the property next to these places, and then start sending you fines for the noise, the smells.
Not a member of the HOA.
They don't
No
realize
peddle your
because
papers.
they don't own your property. You know, the development never owned your property to begin with. That they have no power over you.
It's
But
classed
damn it,
as
they don't
farmland. Yeah, they can try all they want. A little bit of rock salt and bacon rind, they'll go away.
One site I was looking at, a former Disney security guard suggests rock salt and rice.
Yeah.
This way, when they go to soak after the wound to get the rock salt to dissolve, it causes the rice to expand. And then they've got to have that dug out and explain to somebody what happened.
Of course, now the problem is they'll charge you for a salt.
And a rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's rock salt. It's natural. I'm just improving their diet.
I was aiming at the swarm of mosquitoes. They just happened to be on the other side. I didn't see them. They were on my property.
Yeah,
No
really.
trespassing posted all around.
They were hiding behind a deer. I mean, seriously. What do they expect a 308 to do at 5 yards?
Actually, one of the better, at rock salt and all the things you put in shotgun shells, one of the better ones I heard of was go to Dollar General store, get a couple bottles of Elmer's glue, and as much of their cheapest glitter as you can get and make slugs out of Elmer's glue and glitter.
And glitter.
At least it's festive.
I don't know.
He said it's really great if you hit a perpetrator with this, because when they get somewhere and try to like dig the stuff out, get the wound cleaned up, there's glitter everywhere. So it's like perfect evidence marking that they were on your property and got shot with this thing.
I would be tempted. I would be tempted to add a teaspoon of Dad's thermite.
No.
Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper would help.
You're evil, John. Ooh, I could make a deal with my friend that grows those Carolina Reapers and the ghost peppers for fun.
I've heard of somebody putting red pepper flakes in a shotgun shell once.
A bouncing Betty with fluorescent paint, ghost pepper, capsaicin, oil, glitter, and fox urine.
Mm-hmm.
Or dose.
It's going to burn. It's going to stink to high heaven, and you can track them with the UV light.
I may have to make a deal with one of the local cattle farmers and build a trebuchet.
They have paintballs for police use only.
Splat.
And one of the nastier ones has CS liquid in it with a UV dye that doesn't come out. I mean, you can wash it for like 2 weeks and you will still show up under a UV light. And they use it to mark protesters and rioters with a paintball gun.
Well, what about the paintball that has the fart bomb juice in it?
Those are fun too. I always
For
thought
riot control. Trust me, it will disperse a crowd.
I could bypass all of that by rebuilding my old garage band speaker cabinets and get one of my synthesizers and hook it back up to where it plays infrasound. And they come on the property and leave with brown trousers.
I always wanted to get paintballs made up that were filled with a wad of steel wool and India ink. That way, every time you shot someone, it would tattoo them.
It'd be nice if you could do something that. It'd be nice where you could, if you could do that to where the steel wool expands in the shape of the word trespasser.
Now, you have seen, I know you've probably seen the shotgun shell version, is the taser.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the little needles on the end. It's electrical capacitor, and you fire it, it hits and discharges the electricity, and it's barbed like fish hooks, so it sticks to the person you shoot it with.
Mm-hmm.
The first version of that was actually a paintball. You put it in an air gun, like a paintball gun. They had to toughen it up to be able to shoot it out of a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have y'all seen the video where the law enforcement, when you go into to be issued, the taser, you have to be hit by the taser.
You have to go through a class. To carry a taser, you have to go through a class and be shot with a taser. And up here with the correctional officers for the jails and stuff like that, they've got to do that for the taser. They've got to do that for the pepper spray as well. One of the guys in my D&D group had to get hit with both.
Well,
not a fan.
Yeah, the video that I saw, the guy, when you get hit with it, you got two guys standing there holding you. Well, the guy on the left, for some reason, instead of holding him up under the arm and supporting him, had his hand on his wrist.
Guess what's conductive? Skin.
Needless to say, when the guy hit the taser, the guy that got hit went, ah! The guy holding his wrist hit the floor, passed out.
Um, I could bypass all of that and just go
Um,
ahead and get some more dogs.
On
Uh,
Facebook, I'm on a bunch of military history groups and stuff like that, and follow along with the Ukraine war and all the equipment there. Which is kind of interesting because you get to see some of the modern stuff, like the modern Russian equipment, and then the modern stuff that people are sending to Ukraine to help Ukraine out, and then all the innovations Ukraine's coming with. This just got announced that apparently Slovenia is donating tanks to Ukraine. Now, Slovenia, not a big country, doesn't have a huge military. A while back, they got Israel to help them upgrade some of their military equipment. They have upgraded a T-55 tank. The T-55 tank is called a T-55 tank because it was invented and put into production in 1955. Okay. We're talking tanks that are nearly 70-year-old hulls, somewhere between 67. Slovenia went and had all theirs upgraded with this Israeli company that has brought them up to modern standards. They have replaced them with the British L-107 gun, which I think the United States called it an M84, if I remember correctly. It was the same gun that was in the M48 A5, the M60 A3, and the original M1 Abrams. Okay. So it's got the laser rangefinder, it's got the gyroscopic stabilization, and it's got modern armor upgrades. And it's not an incredibly heavy tank. They're not much heavier. I think with all the upgrades and everything, they're still not even 50 tons compared to an M1. A modern M1 Abrams is pushing 70 tons.
Make a great tractor.
The Slovenian version of this thing is called an M55S. It's a wicked looking little tank. If you ever, it's in the news today. So if you ever get a chance to look, I could actually bring a picture up and show it to you. Yeah, let's do that. I got nothing better for that. Saturday night, I'm showing you guys tank porn. Let's see here.
In the news today. Oh boy.
Share screen. There's a bridge. I want that one. Ah, there we go. Okay.
Neat.
It is a neat little tank. Now, I was reading some of the stuff on it. Let's see, I want to show you another picture of the tank that it is based on. This thing's been in service for so long, so many different countries. There's like 5 yards of scrolling you got to do to find a damn picture. I need a good picture. Ah, there's a good one. Wait. No, that's not a good one. Come on.
Now fit that out with the same radio control thing that you do for the robot lawnmowers.
Don't laugh.
Hey, just planning ahead.
That does look wicked.
It does. Well, I was trying to find a decent T-55 picture, but everyone they've got in there is kind of like modern upgraded stuff. Now that I think about it, it may actually be hard to find a picture of an original T-55. Oh.
Now that you're having trouble finding a picture of the original T-55.
Oh, there's a good picture. Cool. That's a better one. Okay, I like that View image, go over StreamYard, stop screen, present screen. No, I don't want an extra camera. Present, share screen. My eyes are going out on me. I've been staring at computers and stuff all day.
Well, while you're looking at that,
Oh.
okay.
That's the original T-55.
That modified version, I mean, looks like a modern tank.
Exactly. And that tank had, at the time, this was a scary tank because it had a bigger gun than anyone else, good mobility, good power, good armor. This tank set the standard for tanks back in the day. Everyone else had to play catch up with this one. And they're not that big.
Right?
Hmm?
Is it Russian built?
Yes. Well, originally it was Russian built. Sudan actually builds a version of this tank.
Ah.
So, everybody builds it. The Chinese version is called a T-59. It's a cheaper version. But yeah, they almost started a nuclear war trying to steal one from Russia. You know how they stole it? Tug of war. The tank was trying to get out to this island in a river when the water was real low and got stuck into mud. Chinese hooked a bunch of ropes to it and pulled it onto the island because the island was their property. And the Russians almost nuked them over it.
Yep. Oh, found another picture of the granddaughter.
Yeah.
And all I'm going to say is I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but does this look she's given look familiar?
Definitely one of yours.
No denying that look, can I?
Pull my finger and watch this.
She's like, you know what I'm about to do. Yeah, I'm a proud grandpa. Get over it.
Nothing wrong with being a proud grandpa.
My oldest boy Sean just made me a grandpa again, and the cutest little girl you've ever seen in your life, I swear. And no, I'm not hunting for pictures because I want to protect his privacy, him and his family. They deserve not to be. If you're on my Facebook, you can find pictures that Sean's posted. So that's close enough.
And Sarah Heiser's going, nope, no denying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it looks just like her grandpa.
Yeah, sometime this week, Misty has to watch. I shouldn't say has to. Gets to watch my son's kids because some jackwagon last week ran a stop sign and totaled my daughter-in-law's car. And today, my daughter-in-law finds out jackwagon had no insurance.
Ooh, lawyer rubbing his hands.
So she's got to get a new vehicle because she just started a new gig, and she lucked out. The first couple days of the new gig, she had the rental car, but now she's had to turn the rental car back in. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, you get her one of those tanks that John just posted, and she won't have to worry about anybody running into her ever again.
Hey, Ryan.
Oh, hey, Ryan, how you doing? Haven't heard from you in forever, except on Facebook when you're posting notes about the shows that are on while I'm at work and I can't watch them.
I do try to go back. Yeah.
You know, guys, there's one problem with drinking 12 ounces of coffee.
Pissing 12 ounces of urine?
The hallway gets a little bit longer every cup.
Yep. So I'll be right back.
Take your
Ever
time.
heard of Kevin Eastman? That name does.
Yeah. Co-creator of Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Ryan's exactly right. Yeah.
Are you interviewing him?
Yeah, really. It doesn't mean I'm going to skip work to watch the show, though, Ryan, or risk getting fired to watch the show at work. I do that often enough just by doing my job. And doing it entirely too well to suit some people that would rather that I fail. Did I say that out loud? 13 months, 3 weeks. No longer have to worry about corporate infighting anymore. Actually, this last 2 weeks of vacation, I have gotten a little taste of what my retirement will be like, and once again, I am looking forward to it. No more alarm clocks unless there's something necessary that needs to be done early in the morning, like taking Lindsay to TJ Maxx for you've got an invitation to one of their special events and a chance at door prizes. Hey, that's worth getting up for. Taking her to the store where we got a chance for her to win a door prize. That's coupled with the fact that they had the best store music ever. I mean, seriously. We were there one time and they played one of our favorite songs. We wound up dancing in the aisle. And we were not ashamed. No, not in the least. It's fun having no anything left to give about what anybody else thinks. That's a great time of life. And you just look at you and go, their hair is white. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
So, I'm going Santa. Yeah.
Me and John learned about a new Native American tribe at the Christmas party.
Oh dear.
The Where-are-we tribe.
Knowing your accent. Go ahead, Joe.
Yep, they came out of the woods and went, where are we?
Thank you, Don.
Could have been worse.
I do need to trim this part though. It's kind of
No, you need to hear Jesse tell it. That Jesse tells it a little better.
Mhm. That's like at one SCA event somebody recited an epic poem about the hunt of the great Nauga, which coincidentally, by the end of the poem, we found out that's why a lot of SCA armor is made of Nauga hide.
welcome to Bad Joke
Not-
Saturday.
Not with that nickname. No, we don't.
We will allow people to come in after they've been been part of the peanut gallery for a few months. If you come in, comment and behave with your comments, yeah, possible.
Yeah, if you're entertaining, that's fine.
About time we had somebody entertaining on this show.
I was about ready to say,
Excuse me.
why'd you let me in?
Your good looks.
Dan, tell him the truth. You were bored that night.
Nah. We just needed a Viking. and Donna wasn't available. Sorry.
Why did I just hear? Ah!
I don't know.
Robert Plant. Robert.
Plant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it was exactly what you said, but it was somewhere in the same vocal range.
Yeah.
Never let your dog sing opera. This is word. Hand to all the gods. Never let your dog sing opera.
Never let, you didn't need to put opera on there, okay?
Well, I was thinking specifically of Kill the Rabbit.
Eat my
Damn
shorts.
it, Dan. Got that stuck in my head now.
What? The song? Or me doing that noise?
I'm a wabbit swayer and a guitar player with a nasty habit. Kill the wabbits! No,
Yeah,
I didn't grow up on Elmer Fudd. No,
Oh. Be
See,
very,
that's
very
the
quiet.
problem with kids today. They haven't been exposed to Looney Tunes and Three Stooges.
The classics. Yeah.
Or the Little Rascals. Because how many of y'all have built that death trap downhill coaster car?
Mm-hmm. I eventually turned it into a treehouse. Still got 60 miles per gallon, but
Well, where we live, we had a street that comes down into a curve. We raced big wheels, wagons. You know what a big wheel is? The little tricycle with the front wheels. And
they now make an adult version.
yeah. We used to race those, wagons, the one that steered with the back wheels,
Green
the green machine. And then there was me who was crazy, and I raced on the Tonka car carrier. All you gotta do is just pull them front wheels up and point it where you want to go.
Yeah, and it'll go there whether you want it to or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's not exactly the best idea in the world. Can't argue with success.
Oh, and another problem with kids. Skint knees, skint elbows, and skint faces and backs and arms build character.
I can see you owned a bicycle at one time.
Yeah. Went to school in the second grade with this whole side of my face scabbed up from where I wiped out on a gravel road.
Almost did that on a motorcycle once, but I had read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. So
Hey, Pizza Man.
that's your boy, ain't it?
Yeah, well, not my boy, it's my nephew.
Well, one of your boys.
Yeah. Looney Tunes is the best cartoons ever made. Absolutely. I don't know.
Just because you have character doesn't mean you are a character, vice versa. I would have to say.
And Pizza Man, I have to beg to differ. I am a character in several books.
We have that in common. irresistible urge for people to redshirt us. I have to say, even though it never got published, I wrote Joe Dog one of the best red shirt scenes ever.
Yeah. Actually, I think I've still got it somewhere.
I sent you a copy just so you could approve of it or disapprove. I would have changed it, but never got published. It was one of those things. I write too slow. Um,
Bye, Sarah.
Goodbye, Sarah. We will miss
And I,
you.
Actually, Dan, I think it's in Facebook Messenger. But who wants to scroll back 2 years in Facebook Messenger?
Probably would have been closer to 5.
Yeah.
Oh, and I couldn't find it. I'd have to look up the entire manuscript and scroll down like I said, it was a long manuscript, but I write too slow and I never got a chance to finish it. I will
still
say
say one of these days I'm going to write my book, and I've already told you the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'll make the book sell in itself.
Now, damn, I can't remember the name of the character that everybody at Bane Books kills off. Joe something. No relation.
Campbell.
Yeah, no. I keep thinking Joe Bachman. I know that's not right. I believe it's the character name that originally came up with the phrase Leroy Jenkins, but anyway,
Leroy Jenkins.
I
Of course-
decided just to flip that meme on its head. Not only was he going to live, he was going to get the girl in the end. That would have ruffled a few feathers.
The best part of the whole thing usually gets cut off by most people. The best line is right at the end. He goes, "Well, at least I got chicken." Because while they were doing all that, he got up and went to get something to eat.
Yep.
And he came back in and says, "All right, we ready? Yeah."
Oh, Lord. The things you go through.
Yep.
When you're working on something, even if it doesn't work out, all those ideas that you really don't want to lose, so you save them to a file someplace safe. And you know it's going to be someplace safe because you can't find a damn thing for love nor money after that.
Dan, you know the biggest lie you ever tell yourself, don't you?
I'll remember that later.
Yeah.
I'll get back to that.
What?
Yep.
I'll get back to that.
Today,
That's just a year's worth. A couple of these are 10 years old, but most of these are just in the past year.
Today I went back to my first attempt at piecing together all of the Tom Darby stuff, including the ones I haven't written yet, but I put the outlines in. And I go, wait a minute. I'm finished with Disposable Man. Boring edits. Went and found the complete of that and pasted it in. And I was looking for the final edit version of Abducted. I still love that. And I couldn't find the damn thing. Except one version that was, the font was Courier New or something like that. And I'm going, why would I ever put out a manuscript in that? That's 60s stuff.
It's newspaper
that would-
font.
Yeah, I'm going. No, and I never bothered to check and see if it was the whole thing. But
Welcome
would be
to
hard to-
Monospace Fonts.
it would be hard to do because there are specific edits that have been done to it, and I really need to find the final edit that has been published and make sure that I've got a copy that I can paste in this thing. Because at the moment, with just a couple of pages of biographical notes and those two stories, it's already at 143,000 words. And there's like 3 more books I have to write before I can call it finished. Yeah, Curl. Multiple copies on multiple hard drives. Can you clue me in on which hard drive I put that on? Because I can't find. I went through 10 different hard drives. Unfortunately, I've got like 50, but I'll find it one of these days. There's no hurry. Like I said, 5 of those stories still have to be written. I've got the outlines. I keep wanting to finish off the fantasy story and get it out of the way, and then go back to doing the stuff that I've been requested to do. So we shall see. Yeah, well, Carl, they are labeled. Donna, they are labeled. It doesn't tell me what's inside. There's no table of contents on the darn things. I have to go through and look for the story title and try and find the newest save by date, basically, or last date modified. That's what it is. So far, I've found something 4 years earlier. Have not been able to find the exact copy that I sent off to Scott to have published. So I'm not giving up. It's in there somewhere. I know I've got that backed up somewhere. And that reminds me, I've got to take this thumb drive and put it in my little change purse to take to work, because that's what I do. I've got a special thumb drive that I carry with me at all times, just in case I get a day when I'm totally caught up on everything that I need to get done at work, and I'm just sitting there going, I could design another spreadsheet, or I could maybe edit something that I've already written and see if there's new typos I haven't spotted yet. So that's what I do. And I just tote the thing around with me all the time and just put it away for Monday when I go back to work.
Dan, do you know who John Hartness is?
Captain Jet.
That's Jack.
That's Jack. John?
Yeah, he's an author out of North Carolina. He usually comes to LibertyCon. Big guy, about Rich's size with multicolor hair.
I believe I do.
He's wrote this story, or an anthology called Bubba the Monster Slayer.
Okay.
Okay, I've heard of that.
It's been published.
Mm-hmm.
I read it.
Yes.
And I told him, I said, who did the editing on that book? He told me. I said, did they edit just each individual story, or did they edit for continuity? He goes, what do you mean? I said, well, when the story starts, Bubba's 6'3", 280 pounds, built like a mountain. By the time the book was over, he was now 6'8", 320 pounds, built like a mountain.
He's a growing boy.
Yeah, problem was he's 40 years old at the start of the book.
And
Well, the thing is, he shrunk twice.
he shrunk twice.
He shrunk twice. Yeah, it's like, I'm going, he goes, what do you mean? I showed him in the book. He goes, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes, you can blame the author for that, but damn, the editor should have caught that.
Not if you don't have somebody editing specifically for continuity. The usual editing job is typos, grammar, and if the individual story is consistent in itself. When you've got multiple stories, and believe me, I know this very well, you can slide on the continuity. That's why I keep copious notes and refer to them while I'm trying to write something. You don't know how many times I have just about misspelled one character's name 7 different ways between 2 different stories. Just because it sounds the same in my head, I had to go back and look at the original spelling. Thankfully, when I got something that complicated, I do have a character sheet and a timeline.
Gotta have cheat sheets.
Oh Lord, yeah. Matter of fact, I used one of the timelines earlier today to make sure I got the dude's birthday right.
I don't know if I've told y'all this joke recently. I may have told you recently. Stop me if you've heard this one before. But Don McLean wrote an album and a song called American Pie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everybody's familiar with it. Well, the last 2 years he's been on a tour because of the 50th anniversary of that album and song. So for the last 2 years he's been on a tour doing the American Pie anniversary tour, whatever they call it. Weird Al Yankovic used that song and did a parody of it for Star Wars Episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
The song was called The Saga Begins, and it's all about my, this here Anakin guy.
Yep. I know it will.
Maybe he's Vader someday later, but now a small fry.
Don McLean's kids are big Weird Al fans. They love the song. And the fact that he used their old man's song to do a parody just was a big thrill for them. So they played it, of course, like kids do, over and over and over. Don McLean loves it too. He just, it's great parody, right? So the problem is he's heard it so many times that he gets out there on the road, gets up on stage, gets a little tired, and he has to actually stop and think about the lyrics for a minute so that he does not sing the Weird Al lyrics to his song while he's on tour. Which yeah.
He ought to come out one time, do the whole song completely through, just to see the reaction of the crowd, and then go, what? Ah, crap. Let's do it again.
That sounds like something Arlo Guthrie would have done before he retired. If Weird Al had ever done a parody version of Alice's Restaurant or something.
Hard to do a parody of a parody. I mean,
Well, I saw Garth Brooks had Don McLean on when I think it was Live from Central Park.
Yeah,
Garth
the
Brooks.
NBC one, yeah.
You mean the place with the really good hamburgers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don McLean came out and started singing. It's like, oh my God. It's like Garth did a better version than Don McLean did. Don had, Don had lost the talent. Do you remember what I'm talking? You know what I'm talking about, John or
No,
Rich?
no.
Do you remember it?
I remember it. I don't recall that, but hell, it's been 20 years, damn near.
25.
I was surfing a minute ago and came up on something, and and what caught my attention was they had this really good picture of Linda Carter from back in the 70s, and she's wearing bell-bottom jeans and a flowered halter top, sitting in like a papasan chair doing an interview. Well, I'd never seen the picture before, so you know, oh, I was trying to read. I was trying to read the story behind it. It's on this thing. It's rarely seen photos from the 70s for mature audiences only. Why I don't know. It's not colorized. And I've gone through it, and it's basically hot stars from the 70s and such. Of course, they got Linda Carter. I was going through here looking at some of these, and they got a 21-year-old Madonna, Tanya Roberts. Let's see, Jill Ireland, a very young Christy Brinkley. So she's about 20, maybe. Raquel Welch, Jacqueline Bissett, and it's just all these. You know, we grew up with them just everywhere. I mean, heck, they were selling, dishwashing detergent, stuff like that. And of course, some of them, were obvious sex symbols, and then some of them were just actresses that looked really good. And then, they got Bridget Bardot in a towel, which I don't really remember her. Did she do anything in the 70s? Anybody remember? I thought she was more 50s, 60s.
Not without the towel, she didn't. No.
Let's see who else they got. Of course, they got Hugh Hefner and a few of his girls. Sharon Tate, another Raquel Welch, Morgan Fairchild, a very young Morgan Fairchild, back when she was on Search for Tomorrow. Dawn Wells from Gilligan's Island.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Farrah Fawcett. A very, very young Jamie Lee Curtis.
I remember that one.
Hmm?
I remember that one. I don't even need to see it.
Let's see. Madeline Smith. Oh, she was a Hammer horror classic. She was in Taste the Blood of Dracula.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I just watched a few Hammer horror film retrospectives here over the past week.
Marin Jensen. I don't know if y'all remember her. She played on Battlestar Galactica. She played Athena.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think, and she sang something with Don Henley. His first album, his solo album, I Can't Stand Still, is dedicated to her. I didn't know that either. Another Raquel Welch. Boy, she's all over the 70s. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
A very young and pretty Sally Field. So it was like Gidget young.
Wow.
Another picture of Linda Carter. This is when she was crowned Miss World USA of 1972. I didn't know she was Miss World. Claudia Cardinale. She was crowned the most beautiful Italian girl in Tunisia. She was in the Pink Panther.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Very good looking young lady. A very young and pretty Jane Seymour. Let's see. Golden Girl Susan Anton. Suzanne Summers. Jill St. John. Pamela Hensley. This is actually the one I stopped on, and I wanted to get back and talk to you all about it. Pamela Hensley. She played Princess Ardala in the Buck Rogers series.
Yes.
And she was
I
also, and she
remember
was
that
in
well.
all those, like, she was in Emergency, Kojak, Adam 12, McMillan and Wife, Ironside, The Rockford Files, and I'm just.
All the Glenn Larson productions.
But she was also in Rollerball.
Now that I do not remember.
I did not remember either. She played Mackie in Rollerball.
I don't remember much about Rollerball except James Caan. I've only I think I've only seen it like twice in my life, and both times were back in the 70s.
Susan,
I
they
remember
got
seeing the original, but I remember the remake better.
Susan Day from the Partridge Family got her here. Angie Dickinson, Barbie Benton.
Can't forget her. I grew up on Hee Haw. Yeah, in
Bernadette
more
Peters.
ways than one.
Boy, they got a good picture of Bernadette Peters in there. I'll be in my bunk. Let's see here. Blondie.
And I shouldn't say that. It's not the green room.
Oh, Jenny Augeter, who y'all may know from Logan's Run and
Railway Children.
The Eagles Landing.
Actually, both versions of Railway Children. She was a child in the original and the mother of the family in the best remake.
Carly Simon. They got her. Apparently, she's down Asbury being a hippie.
So something to do.
Catherine Bach as Daisy Duke on the Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, this is a good one. Charlotte Rampling, who is she's in the new Dune movie, plays the Bene Gesserit mother, Helena Guyam Mohab, whatever her name is.
Yeah, the Mother Superior, yeah.
And they show her. She was a good-looking woman in whatever this movie was that got the picture. Oh, Zardoz. She was in Zardoz.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that since the 70s.
Okay. She was the mean woman, the one that wanted to kill him at first and then wound up being his wife, I think.
Like I said, 70s. And it was a midnight movie at the University of Georgia Journalism Theater, where I did get to see Rocky Horror several times, but
they've got a picture of Cher back when she was working at the Bunny Club.
Wow.
In the bunny outfit.
Mm-hmm.
She was furry.
Are you sharing this stupid o'clock?
I did.
Okay, awesome.
Cheryl Ladd.
Running out of gas quick.
Oh, this was a good one. Deidre Hall.
Mm-hmm.
She played a doctor in Days of Our Lives. And,
Yes.
Electro Woman and Dinah Girl. She was Electro Woman.
Nice hair.
Excuse me.
Jane
It was a kid's
Kennedy.
cartoon. That was all they could show.
Jane Kennedy, the sportscaster.
Mm-hmm.
Jacqueline Smith, who almost doesn't look like Jacqueline Smith. Linda Ronstadt. She was good looking back in the 70s. Lonnie Anderson as Jennifer Marlowe from WKR in Cincinnati. WKRP in Cincinnati. Let the Turkeys Fly. Oh no. Marilu Henner. Oh my God. From Taxi. Of course, she was great in Johnny Dangerously.
Oh, yes.
Which is a very underrated movie.
Yeah, it is.
This is an 88 Magnum. It shoots through schools. The bus behind the school.
Model Jerry Hall. Let's see here. Lindsay Wagner, a very young Lindsay Wagner. Goodness gracious. Looks like she's 60.
That better be bullshit. One moment.
Let's see. Olivia Newton-John in her iconic leather outfit from Grease. Stevie Nicks in the 70s.
Hmm.
Goldie Hawn in the 70s.
Hey, Goldie Hawn anytime.
Caroline Munro.
Oh, yes.
She was in The Spy Who Loved Me, and she was also what was the?
She was in several of the Sinbad movies, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
that's yeah, and then Dracula A.D. 1972. She was a bad guy in the James Bond movie.
Somebody
Jacqueline
had to do it.
Jacqueline Bisset, Raquel Welch as the nun in the movie Bluebeard. I may have to go back and watch that movie. I've never seen a nun with cleavage before.
Hmm.
If that dress was any lower, you could see her belly button. Another Jane Seymour picture. Looks like I bet that's from the James Bond appearance.
You know, our ratings have just gone up.
Good. Stevie Nicks again. And that was the last one. Oh, wait, there was another one? Yes, there is another one right after that. How cool. Oh, they got another Linda Carter. Oh, wait. Never mind. Wasn't what I thought it was. Okay. I hate it when things don't work like that. Who was it that played Johnny Dangerously's mother? Famous.
I haven't the faintest.
Oh, she's a famous actress. Where's Chris when I need him? I got IMDb Johnny Dangerous.
Maureen Stapleton?
Thank you, Maureen Stapleton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which she like any scene she was in, she was a scene stealer. It's just
As she normally would be, yes.
just
Enormously talented actress.
the part. Johnny gets married, or no, not Johnny. Johnny's little brother gets married. I love. She takes the young bride aside and goes, "Now that you're like a daughter to me, there's just something I have to tell you." She goes, "Yes." She goes, "I go both ways."
I had forgotten that, John. Thank you.
I think about all those movies we watched as kids that I don't know if it's legal to watch them anymore. Like Kentucky Fried Movie.
Yeah, or the Boob Tube. The same year, same general format. Just now, I once took a copy of Kentucky Fried Movie and cut out the Fistful of Yen segment and tacked it on to a copy of Enter the Dragon because it was a parody of Enter the Dragon. And I thought, there's nothing gonna ever be better than to have these two play one right after the other. And we'll put the short one on first. Oh.
What's the matter, Rich?
Just remembering back to Kentucky Fried Movie and similar movies in that vein. I don't remember if it was a Kentucky Fried Movie or if it was another one that was Mammoth Whack His Pee-Pee.
That was Cheech and Chong. And I can't remember. He got caught masturbating somewhere like that.
Oh, crap. That reminds
Whack his pee-pee.
I have got to find that to share up again. The
Kentucky
greatest
Fried Movie
Christmas
had the courtroom.
story ever told.
Kentucky Fried Movie had the courtroom scene where the lawyer pulls out the big rubber penis, points it at the woman, and goes, "Are you familiar with the penal codes in this city?"
That's why I always confuse the two, probably, because I do remember there was the
Yes.
waving of the device.
Yes. Oh, have you seen? I saw this the other day. It's a viral video. These people at the airport, they're waiting on the luggage. The little luggage carousel fires up, starts moving, and it's the little curtain opens, and somebody has put a suction cup penis on the conveyor belt. And it comes rolling out, it just rolls past all by itself, no luggage, just this comes rolling out and rolls past all these people, and everybody's just like, God.
Some little old lady walks up and goes, "Dunk! That's mine."
Now I'm wondering if somebody put that there as a joke, like last day at work kind of thing, or if that actually fell out of someone's luggage and they didn't know which bag to put it back into. So they figured, well, they'll just put it out there by itself and let somebody claim it.
It went out. It went all the way down, all the way around,
Back in.
back into the.
It was like 3/4 of the way up the other side before anything else started coming down, if I recall.
Yeah.
So you know it was deliberate placement at that.
Which is why I'm thinking that was one of those.
No. Basically, once they stuck it on the damn thing, they had to stop laughing before they could actually put any luggage on.
But the funny thing was the mom and her kid, and she's trying to cover her kid's face as it went by.
Wow, but you packed one of those, didn't you? Oh,
Now, if that had happened with me and my mom, I would have looked at my mom and goes, "That's yours, isn't it?" No, yours is bigger.
There went our increased ratings.
I'm watching them drop like flies. And Carl,
Even Carl is leaving now.
even Carl's leaving after that one.
Oh.
Oh,
not the green room. Not the green room.
Yes, indeed. Something. I need to put a sign up here. Wait a minute. Let me see if Joe Dog is actually prepared.
what?
Hey, Joe, I just thought about something.
Yeah.
I don't think I could post that at Stupid O'Clock,
What?
the penis video. On
Uh,
the conveyor
No,
belt.
No, you can put it into the secret humor group.
yeah.
Oh, hey, it's an idea.
Or is that where we saw it?
You
I think
know,
it might have been there.
I will look before I post it.
No, Joe Dog has not covered that eventuality.
Do what?
Spell it right, Daniel. Oh, got to do that again. Now we're covered.
Okay. I found that.
I just posted the greatest Christmas story ever to Stupid O'Clock.
Where's the edit?
What do you mean, where's the edit?
I'm trying to change that.
Trying to change what?
Now I see it.
It's the little pencil.
Yep, got it. And there we go.
All right, I posted it to Uncle Carl's Secret Humor Group. I went back like 2 weeks. Didn't see it.
I got to put one of those on Last Man Standing too.
Rich, do you know what the greatest Christmas story ever told was?
I believe I probably did listen to that back in high school, but I do not recall it off the top of my head.
Cheech and Chong, Santa Claus, and his old lady.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Hey, can we put that one on Stupid O'Clock?
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh, okay. You just posted it?
Yep.
Okay, just check. Do you know what else we need to post sometime this week?
Wham's The Last Christmas?
No. Santa Claus versus the Flying Saucer. Santa Claus versus the Martians. The song, the parody song.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's the Snoopy and Santa Claus, the Red Baron, or
It's the one I'm trying to remember. I think there was a parody song. I can't remember which album it was. It's on one of those comedy albums from when I was a kid. So what? Martians kidnapped Santa Claus, and I think they sent Shaft after him to rescue him. We used to have all those albums as a kid. We'd still have them if we hadn't scratched the hell out of them. All I can find is the Pia Zadora movie.
Yeah, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. She was a little child in that.
Good night, Derek.
Sorry, I must have turned it off the same time you turned it on. Duh.
Oh,
Are we exhausted yet?
I am.
Just a smidge.
All right, pizza.
Well, we appreciate you dropping in. We'll see you next time.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Yep.
The same stupid time on the same stupid channel.
Same stupid people, same stupid subjects. Ooh. How that popped up all of a sudden, I'll never know.
Might have had help.
Blue Origin it has a new engine out.
Yeah, the BE4.
the BE4, and space.com just posted this on my Facebook feed. They're doing a test firing and they're showing it at full power gimbaling, which is pretty damn cool. See that
Excuse me.
thing shooting flames across the desert like that?
Post that into rocket science for me, please.
I shall. Because it's pretty.
Right now, it's the race to the first methane engine to orbit.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Joe Dog and Blue Origin.
And Elon. Well, I'll put it to you this way. John has supplied some rocket fuel for me.
Yes, I have.
And Donna has cussed him up one side, down the other.
And Chris probably has too.
No, Chris got the other side.
Do I look like I care about their plans?
And I put it back in the fridge upside down.
Oh, well, you don't have to keep it upside down. As a matter of fact, I've had it upside down for 2 days. Might be time to flip it right side.
Flip it. Okay. Yep.
Put
Flip
it
it good.
in one of those. Put it in one of those rock polisher tumblers. Keep it stirred up, which you're good at keeping things stirred up.
I'm not sure, but I believe they will expand slightly as they take on the vinegar from the pickling. So as they swell up, they may find an airspace, and eggs and airspaces don't do so well. So,
Well,
Not
I
gonna
just
touch
get it.
that line. Not even in the green room.
Well, I'm going to be doing that for the Christmas Eve Stupid O'Clock show.
I need to make more.
Brought to you in Smell-O-Vision.
I need to look that up. Actually, can them and not just pickle them.
Yeah. That shouldn't really be that much harder. I mean,
No.
you just got to boil the jar to make sure it's sealed afterwards.
I think the question is, how long do you boil? I know, like when I'm canning tomatoes, it's at least 45 minutes.
Hmm. I would say something similar. Yeah. I mean, really, what you're doing is to make sure that it's got a good seal. Mm-hmm. And to I hesitate to say sterilize any bacteria that may have gotten loose in there. Hey, Kiri Bloodrose.
I believe the proper
You're
term.
welcome.
I believe the proper term is pasteurized, not sterilized.
Hmm.
Dan, do you know how you make holy water?
You're not supposed to tell people what I drink.
Well, you know how? You boil the hell out of it.
George Carlin has a perfect reply to that, but I can't say that on this show.
Yes, you can. It's after midnight.
No, I can't. I can't say it on this show. I can't say it on my own damn show.
Apparently, for some reason, I'm getting a lot of space news on my feed. SpaceX will launch a Japanese lander and a United Arab Emirates rover to the moon early Sunday.
Oh yeah, at 2:45 or something like that.
2:38
2:38. Okay.
in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's going to be a return to launch site landing too
right?
from Vandenberg.
Oh, wow.
No,
Is it
No, it
going
says they're launching
into a
Cape
polar
Canaveral.
orbit?
It's going to the moon.
Oh, okay.
hey Joe.
Yeah.
It says they're launching from Cape Canaveral.
Sudden change of plan and rapid transit.
Haku Avatar R, Mission 1. No, LZ2. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Oh, wrong computer.
I'm going to tell you, the people on the Space Coast of Florida is not going to be happy about that one.
Why not?
Can you imagine that triple sonic boom at about
3 in the morning.
2:45 in the morning?
Yeah, I can.
No, what time do you say it? 2:38.
2:38.
8 minutes. Yeah, 2:46.
Set your alarm clocks, folks. You're gonna be awoken any damn way. Oh.
I was watching one video where I think it was from Vandenberg. They're going, yeah, here it comes, and then the sonic booms hit. It's a triple sonic boom. You know, most sonic booms are a double. This thing throws off a triple sonic boom. Boom, boom, boom. These people are standing there. All of a sudden, you can see 3 or 4 guys cover their damn heads like this and start looking around. And the little dog that was there with them turned into a streak. It was gone.
Poor doggy. Oh, Lord. So much more sensitive ears than what we got. I bet that was absolutely... Oh, Lord. End of the world sort of stuff for the dog.
And the poor dog had no idea what was coming.
Oh, no. I mean, that's kind of hard to explain in yelps and scents.
Oh, sheesh. It's getting close to dance show time.
Yeah. Well, 12 minutes and a half, but what the hell? It's been real fun. I'll tell you that. We have covered a lot of topics here.
I do have program announcement. About 12 o'clock noon tomorrow, Armchair Rocket Science will be coming on for the return of Artemis 1.
Oh, wow. I might even wake up in time for that. It is a Sunday. I get to sleep late.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry I was awake for that.
Woo. Oh, don't hold your nose. It just traps it in there.
Serves you right, Joe Dog. One of these days you're going to learn what everybody else has to experience around you.
Oh, I tasted Donna's spicy meatballs. God almighty. Oh.
From Thursday, right?
No, from tonight.
Oh, well, hadn't had time to ferment very long.
Oh, trust me, it fermented.
So how have you been, Carrie? We've missed you.
Doing all right. Just been busy. I'm currently streaming about every day until Christmas.
Well, you sound like you feel much, much better, and I'm glad to hear that.
Thanks. Yeah, I've got a challenge I'm doing. It's on Try Hack Me. It's where you have to do like a challenge about one challenge per day until Christmas. They just call it the Advent of Cyber. It's all sorts of cybersecurity and hacking related stuff.
You know, you and Lindsay's son would probably have a lot to talk about in that arena. That's pretty much what he's been doing for a living since he graduated college at age 17. And I'm not allowed to know, so There you go.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Uh, just it's one of those things. So, and really, I don't mind because knowing him, country's in good hands when it comes to cybersecurity.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice skill to learn.
Mm-hmm. And he's so good at it. Oh, and there's Chris right before we stop the show.
Hi, Chris.
Howdy, Chris.
I guess
Just
Chris
on,
got everything cleaned up and it's at home now.
hey, just on the off chance, I'm going to send him a link to Last Man Standing. If he shows up, he shows up. Doesn't reflect badly on him if he doesn't. He's had a busy night so far, and the more the merrier. Um, glad to
Actually,
have.
I think I'm going to be headed to bed just after this and just set my alarm to wake up so I can watch it on the big screen and then roll back over and go to sleep.
I'm betting you don't even have to roll back over. You just watch it and you'll go right back to sleep. Oh, but
Oh, and
yeah.
Dan, I have decided I am a dog person. I hate cats.
What did they do now?
What whatever possessed you to feel the need to choose?
Uh, the cat runs into the bathroom when I go into the bathroom, and there's nothing like trying to pee as a cat is flying onto your back, claws sunk into your back and shoulders, and trying to stay on target.
Point taken, but that's no reason to write off the entire species, just that individual.
Only thing going through my mind: stay on target, stay on target.
That was one of Barry's litter mates, which is one of the reasons he was one of the first ones we made sure we got rid of.
Adopt out, yes. Um,
Well, the thing
oh,
is, she'll also do it from the high up, 8 foot in the air kitchen cabinets across the room. Yeah, she's a climber.
Chris, we've got one that frequently has to be rescued off of the roof of the house. I cut down 3 trees to make sure she had no easy access. All I can figure is she's Spider-Manning her way up the bricks, underneath the overhang, and then onto the roof tiles. And she gets up there. She run over to the front porch and meow pitifully. And I'm going to buy a trampoline and set it back in the back. And if you can't figure out how to jump down there and bounce, stay up there. By feeding time, she found her own way back down every time. Did not need any help. Did not need any rescue. Did not need me to risk my life getting a ladder and putting it up on the roof. Especially when it's got frost all over it.
Oh, they know if they can get up there, they can get down.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, if don't think they're trapped up there. You've never found a cat skeleton in a tree, have you?
No. Nope.
And it's usually about feeding time, like you said, when they come down.
Mm-hmm. Lindsay goes outside with the bowls of cat food. boom, they appear like magic. You might not have been able, and hey, this is a skill that they have in common with tigers and leopards and things like that. They can just hide when the grass is only like a millimeter tall. They can still find a blade of grass to hide behind.
Hey, John,
Yes.
it's
It's
time.
that time.
Is it that time?
It's that time.
Oh,
Find one of them time. There it is.
So, I have one question.
42.
we have many answers.
Montana.
What do you call a bankrupt Santa?
I don't know. What do you call a bankrupt Santa?
Saint Nicholas.
Is it too late for me to delete that invite to my show?
Donna, what'd you think of that one?
Oh. Mm.
I can't wait for Aunt Donna's comment on that one.
Hey,
I'm pretty sure Mrs. Claus is gonna wanna kick back with Jack Frost and leave old Saint Nick behind.
Hey, you know what? You know what that deserves, Carrie? You know what that one deserves?
What?
I don't think that was the one you should have clicked on. I believe it should have been the horse for the rubber duck.
Carrie's been around me too long. No. Carrie started the pun. I just showed him what a master can do.
Not even in the green room. I'm sorry, not even in the green room am I gonna touch that line. Ah. And Rich knows
Hey.
exactly what just crossed my mind.
Hey, I am not a good fisherman, okay? You can't, I'm not a master at that.
No, but you got to admit you do get crabby from time to time. That one came out of left field, didn't it? Ah.
I am going to have to get that shirt for HallowCon. I might actually make it up. Maybe it'll be ready by Chattacon. It's going to say, that's not sheep.
Yep. Oh. And folks, I'm going to head on over to the other room. It is about time to roll high flight. Thank you all for indulging me here.
And thank everybody for that. We do have to hit the outro. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, John. Thank you, Kerry. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for starting everything for us. We will see you Thursday night, 9 p.m. and Armchair Rocket Science tomorrow at noon. Later.
See you later.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.